In this video, we are going to talk about local versus global muscles. Sometimes they're referred to as tonic versus phasic. So let's distinguish between the two. So local muscles typically are muscles that are very small muscles, tend to be postural muscles, and they stabilize between segments. So for instance, there's very small muscles between two of the bones of the spine called the multifidus, which stabilizes between that segment. That would be an example of a local muscle. All right. The primary action is to prevent excessive shear, one way or the other. It could be forward or back also, or a certain amount of rotation that's happening between two bones. And this could be anywhere in the body. So that would be an example of a local muscle. A global muscle would be more like if we're looking at the hip here, there's a large muscle called your glute max, which whenever you're walking, it is responsible for getting your leg back behind you. Okay, so that's more of a mover muscle. They're typically much larger muscle groups, and the primary action is movement. All right, so local muscles prevent excessive movement in the joint itself, prevents excessive rotation, prevents excessive shear, whereas global muscles, they are intended to help move us through the world. So they need a lot more muscle mass in order to do that. Now, as it pertains to people who have hypermobile joints or hypermobility, it is very important to train the local muscles first. You need to have the ability to isometrically or turn on these muscles efficiently and effectively with the proper timing before you can start moving through some range of motion. All right, so early stages of rehab with hypermobility, especially with certain areas of the body, we're focused on an isometric contraction, no movement, and then ultimately building to more complex things. So then we'll start with controlled movement, making sure that we maintain good, proper local stability. All right, so when we start moving, we have that initial local strategy, and then we build a more global strategy on top of that. Okay, then we get to more complex movements. We start varying the speed, and that's when the fun really begins to help prepare you for everyday life and the stresses that you need to be able to take into your body. So I hope this provides a little clarity on local versus global strategies.